Good day, my name is 𝗓𝗂𝗧𝗓, and today I am joined by the Chief Executive Officer of Namdeb, Mr. 𝗓𝗂𝗧𝗓. Good morning, Mr. 𝗓𝗂𝗧. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Good day, good to be here.
The diamond industry is currently facing challenges in this period. May you kindly elaborate on the current downturn affecting Namdeb's performance and outlook, and when do you expect the demand to recover?
I think that's a very good question. We are probably facing at the moment probably one of the toughest and most prolonged downturns in the diamond market in living memory. So it is a very, very challenging time for us. And this downturn comes because of a number of factors. The one is some weaker consumer demand in some of our market segments. This is coupled to higher inventory in the midstream of the diamond pipeline. Also coupled at the same time with some significant global macroeconomic factors and also political factors, as we all know at the moment. So all of that contributes to weaker demand and reduced pricing. Probably the most significant factor, however, is lab-grown or synthetic diamonds, as they're also known. And that affects us particular in certain market segments. So these things have could work together really to give us diamond pricing that is pretty challenging at the moment. It is expected to be something that will affect us for a bit longer. Definitely still in the short term and medium term, but we do expect that to recover. Natural diamonds are rare, they're special, they're a unique luxury product. And we have seen huge cycles over time before. We do expect the diamond pricing to recover, but as I said, it'll take a bit of time.
And how vulnerable is Namdeb to the structural shifts, including the lab-grown diamonds?
Yeah, look, I think it's firstly very important to understand that lab-grown diamonds and natural diamonds are different products. Lab-grown synthetic diamonds, as they're also called, have a place as fashion jewelry at the lower end of the market. But natural diamonds are something different. They're rare, they're unique, they've got unique stories to tell, geological stories. They are hundreds of millions of years old, and there are only so many of them. And so we do see that a bifurcation in that market will happen more and more over time. People are also changing their views in the world. At the moment, we've got so many artificial things. We've got artificial intelligence. We've got fake news. So that things that are real and rare is becoming more and more valued over time. So I do think we're going to see that market changing more and more. People want the real thing. They want to have real value. And natural diamonds have got a unique story to tell. Each of them got a unique story to tell. And for us in particular, as this partnership between Namibia and De Beers, we have an absolutely wonderful story in this country. Each one of our diamonds contribute to our nation. Each one of our diamonds contribute to jobs, to the economy of the country, to social upliftment. And that story is a story that I think we, not only as Namdeb, but as Namibia, must tell more. Because the more we can do that, the more we also promote the good that our natural diamonds actually do in our society.
Is the 2042 life of mine target still secure under the current conditions?
Look, we've got a long-term vision of 2050 and beyond as a business. But we do replan every year. And we do that replanning based on what the current projected pricing is, for instance, for our product over the next 20, 30 years. We do it in light of our continued exploration work. We continue to work to find new resources. And so that replanning happens every year. So actually our life of mine plan is one that varies. It varies depending on the indices, it varies on other factors like exchange rate and the prevailing conditions we are in. So year on year it actually varies, but the potential is there. The long-term potential of the company is there. We've got an incredible resource. The challenge is to extract it economically over time. Long term, really good. In the short term, really challenging.
And what impact has the return of the 10% royalty rate had, and are there any discussions with the government on this?
We've continued to engage with government. I think one must understand, when we originally applied for it, we applied for a 5-year royalty window, and we got a 5% relief of the 10%. And that played a massive role in enabling us to ramp up. We had to ramp up the business from I think we're doing 400,000 square meters of bedrock cleaning per annum. We went through a massive ramp up over a 3-year period we're doing just shy of 1.5 million square meters per annum at the moment. So you can see it's 3 times larger than what we used to be in 2021. And the royalty relief we received at that time allowed us, or partly at least allowed us, to fund that ramp up. So it was very important to really reposition the organization at that time. We're now in a completely different cycle. We're now in a massive market downturn, so we have actually returned back. So the royalty relief we were granted over that 5 years served its purpose. We were able actually to employ more people. We were able to ramp up our capacity. So the royalty relief most definitely helped us tremendously. However, now with the market downturn, we've got a new challenge, completely different challenge. We're at the right scale, we're in the right efficiencies, but the market external factors are driving the pricing down to such an extent that we had to act again. We again approached government on this, and we've been granted a further royalty relief extension by government for another 3 years at 7%. That is supporting us at the moment during this downturn. And to be honest, if it wasn't for this royalty relief we received now, we wouldn't have had any chance of survival. As it is still, even inclusive of the royalty relief, we remain in a very, very challenging position because of this deep downturn we are experiencing at the moment.
Mr. Berger, have you adjusted production or operation in response to the weaker demand?
We constantly adjusted. You know, the pricing has, or we've seen the weakening demand over the last 3 years, particularly because of the lab-grown issue we discussed earlier. And so over the last 3 years, we've continued to respond to this. We continue to increase operational efficiencies. We have significantly reduced our costing. Our unit costs are down significantly. We've reduced our capital expenditure to really try to make ends meet during this difficult downturn. And at the same time, we've maximized productivity. So we're actually running from a operational productivity perspective right at the maximum that the organization can achieve. So we've done both. We've maximized production and we're minimizing cost. That's what you have to do during a downturn. That's the way to pull through a time like now.
What effects are you seeing on jobs, and are contractors' cost-cutting measures being considered?
I must say our people have been absolutely incredible. If it wasn't for the people of Namdeb, we wouldn't be sitting here talking to each other today. The employees have been incredible, and so as our contractors. You can imagine in a difficult time like this, we were often unable to give the necessary increases to either employees or our contractors. We've had to go through some rationalization exercises. Over 3 years, I think we did 3 different rationalization exercises. Obviously, our number one priority is to try and protect jobs when we do that, but we really had no choice but to look at some rationalizations. We have also put one of our satellite operations, the 𝗓𝗔𝗔 mine, on temporary care and maintenance, still care and maintenance at the moment, and obviously that affected contracts, affected people. We've always tried to minimize that impact, but as I said, our people have been absolutely amazing. And so is our contractors. They've come to the party. They've really assisted us in driving our unit costs down over the last couple of years.
Last but not least, Mr. Burger, is the 2030 carbon neutrality goal still on track?
We have done significant work on carbon neutrality. You might recall we introduced Namibia's very first battery electric bus in our operations. We continue to work with stakeholders such as Nampower to look at wind energy. In fact, we've got a joint investigation team to look at wind energy and that opportunity. And there are other opportunities we're exploring through the De Beers Group to reduce our carbon footprint. We're also bringing in new mining technology, something called the DMU, the dry mining unit, which is not diesel powered but electric powered, which allows us to progress our journey to carbon neutrality. And the downturn has affected some of our ambitions. Obviously, we would have done more if it wasn't for it. So in the short term, it's been challenging to achieve those targets, but in the long term, we are driving towards carbon neutrality, and that is our ultimate aim.
Mr. Burger, thank you very much for making time to join me today.
Thank you very much.
We've come to an end of our interview. For more of our videos and our stories, make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our WhatsApp channel.